Thank you. Please be seated. I am the Reverend Dr. John Carn. I'm now the Dean of the Emerson Theological Institute. And I want to welcome all our graduates and their loving, supportive families, and our alumni, and our faculty. We're going to start off this event with, sorry, I've lost my place. Here we go. Our Director of Education, Dr. Missy Higginbotham.
No, it's the invocation.
Oh, you're right. So we're going to start off with Dr. Sandy West. Should have worn my glasses, right? With the invocation. Feel free.
Just close your eyes for a moment and feel the silence and let it settle in with you. Relax into the sacredness of this moment. For this is a divine moment, a moment in time that you will remember forever, a moment that marks your achievements and allows the world to see what you have become. It is a wonderful gift you are giving the world, and the gifting is important. Your hearts are open, your eyes, everything open, seeing, hearing, and you are so blessed and a blessing to the world. And I give such glorious thanks for that which you all are. And say with me, please, and so you are.
Thank you, Dr. Sandy. And now the welcome and introductions from Reverend Dr. Missy Higginbotham.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome. I want to, first of all, introduce some of the faculty, those that haven't known about them. We do have, like you said, some changes, and some glorious changes. But first of all, I want to do it on behalf of the President and Vice President of Emerson, and they're on Zoom, the Reverends Dr. Angelo and Stella Pizzello. So you've met our new dean, such a blessing, let me tell you, for me, the Reverend Dr. John Karn. And then I introduce to you the Reverend Dr. Sandy West, who's our Director of Religious Studies. And in the audience somewhere is the Reverend Dr. Jean Kataoka, who is our new Director of Humane Spiritual Studies. So Jean, you want to stand up so they can see you? There she is. And of course, our beloved Reverend Dr. Jerry Troyer, the president of the affiliated New Thought Network. So. And so I'm in the energy of welcome, you know, and your mind just kind of goes blank sometimes when you start out with welcome, because there's such great thoughts to it. But today is a day of graduation. And it's graduating to a next higher level of consciousness. But what's interesting about graduation is that there's another name for it, too, commencement. So you're leaving one way of thinking, one way of who and what you thought you were. And you're commencing, you're going to be stepping through a doorway. Graduation, commencement, is a rite of passage. And that rite of passage, all of you have gotten to look at where you were, and you persevered, you had the courage to keep on keeping on, and you developed a level of impeccability, a level of integrity, a higher feeling of consciousness, a clarity, and most of all, you started feeling the grandeur of who and what you are in truth. So today I bless you all with this wonderful love and joy and grace that you bring to us all, and give great thanks that you are here, because you all hold the door of consciousness open that all may enter. And so what do we do now? I turn the mic over to John to start opening the doorway.
Thank you, Dr. Missy. I also wanted to recognize some of the teachers that are in the audience. We have Dr. Lisa Stewart, Dr. James Mallon, the wonderful Dr. Martha Creek, the wonderful Dr. Michelle Whittington, the wonderful Reverend Margaret Pelagi, and the absolutely perfect and delightful and fun Dr. P.J. Stanley. And PJ makes every experience very special. We love it when she turns on her light and lets it shine. I wanted to also take the time to honor Dr. Jerry Troyer. Surprise, he didn't know this was coming. He has been the Anton representative of this graduation for probably more than 15 years. He is also a Emerson graduate and a CSL graduate. No, you were close. He was close. He was this close. And so with that, we want to order or honor him with this new Emerson stole that Missy has created with the Oneness people. So Jerry, this whole thing will go to
But
you.
they're collector's plates from Degrassi. I just don't
Congratulations.
know what that represents.
It says, "For God and my paycheck" on the back in Latin.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Wow.
Grateful. Oops. Can I walk away? Okay.
Thank you, guys. Now, do I get to talk?
Yeah, if you'd like, go right ahead.
Well, unless you had something else.
That's okay.
Okay.
5 minutes.
Okay.
If you can say it in 5 minutes.
Good luck with that.
I know. Try enforcing that with a minister.
Right. Good afternoon, dear ones, and welcome. On behalf of the affiliated New Thought Network, Anson Board of Directors, the members and friends, we welcome you, Emerson graduates and beloveds of Emerson graduates, faculty and staff, to this most amazing event. We also welcome the people on Zoom. We're so glad you're here. Dr. Angie and Stella, we welcome you as well. So for those of us who have been through religious and spiritual studies, we know what you graduates have been through. And we have no clue what you graduates have been through. Because as we all know, and you all would testify to, each person's experience is each person's experience. Diving into the truth of your being and bringing out all those wild and wonderful truths and experiences. How amazing that you said yes to the still small voice. And what I bet for many of you, it was the still small voice that got a little louder, and you finally said, well, fine. We, Anson, we, the residents of this world, are so incredibly grateful that you said yes. We honor you, we celebrate you for everything you've done up till this moment, and everything you will do, for the love, the joy, the passion, the wonder, the experience, and the questioning of your life and what's next for you. We absolutely know that the best is yet to be. So on behalf of Anson, our members and friends, welcome and heartfelt congratulations. Thank you so much.
Our keynote speaker this evening is Reverend Dr. Ruth Miller. Dr. Miller is fascinated by the ways humanity is becoming ever more aware of our basic spiritual nature. She has studied culture and consciousness for years, and she has earned several degrees in the process, but she also studies and practices metaphysical principles from an interfaith perspective. All of her classes, lectures, and books, she brings forward the best of the past for a harmonious future, integrating scientific, spiritual, and cultural understanding to clarify metaphysical principles and practices for the modern audience. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Ruth.
Wonderful. Oh my goodness, thank you. I did not write that. All right, we're limited to 5 to 7 minutes, so I wrote it. I almost never write it, but limits, you know? So I'm just so delighted to be here. 2 students in particular have been just touching my life for a couple of years, and it's just a delight to be able to be supportive and watch and observe and celebrate with you. Almost exactly 190 years ago, Ralph Waldo Emerson launched the movement that is known as Transcendentalism and is the foundation for New Thought. In the Boston library that his father's books had been sold into, having just returned from an eye-opening journey through Europe, he wrote a little essay. He called it On Nature and published it anonymously. But that essay, which was a summary of all the beliefs and understandings that he had gleaned over a lifetime that included growing up with several brothers under an impoverished widow mother, going off to teach and train and learn and teach some more, involved in years of helping other people. He then found the love of his life and he married her. And then he was given an appointment at the second church in Boston, just like his father. And then his beloved wife died. And then he had a doctrinal problem with the Trinity at the second church in Boston. And they said, you need to think about whether you want to be in the ministry. And he went home and he didn't come back because he knew he had to trust his heart, as I know everyone here has. And everyone here has that same kind of a story of things being, and people and intentions and everything falling apart and dissolving. And that then became the basis for him choosing from the heart instead of from what everyone said around him, right? Yeah. You have allowed your heart, the gateway to spirit, to speak to you and pull you through these difficult years that have been your training. And today, as you complete this last step in this process, there is, as Reverend Missy says, a reason it's called commencement. You are beginning something else entirely. And you will be making decisions over the next weeks and months that will affect not only your life, but the lives of hundreds of other people, in some cases thousands. Each of you will be taking actions that will either be from that place of, oh, someone out there told me, or from that place of heart that has got you here so far. Now, some of you have already accepted a call to a particular ministry, and I think that's fabulous. Congratulations. And some of you are still in the exploring stages, which I also think is fabulous. Congratulations. Because it means that the perfect situation is being prepared for you to reflect the consciousness that you are being now. Yes. Well, I've been in a similar place to where you have been, are being right now. And I discovered, as I was exploring, that my call has been to be available as needed, wherever my particular gifts can make a difference. And that hasn't always looked like church. It hasn't always looked like anything anyone else understood. And in the process, I've learned to ask 3 very clear questions. A call, a specific call, has 3 aspects: the people, the place, and the process. So who is calling me? Do I feel drawn to them? Am I drawn to them out of appreciation for who they are and what they're doing, or out of a sense of need that they have? Is it a pleasure to work with them, to be with them? Where are they? Is it a place that feeds my soul, that grounds me, that encourages me to connect with the Spirit? Yeah. And what are they up to? Are they holding their own? Are they seeking to grow? Are they focused on hanging on to the past or expanding into some unknown future? The people, the place, and the process define the specific call. Now, if the answer to these outer questions is yes, then it's time to look inside. Because I need to find out whether this is really mine to do. Now, I've used a lot of processes over the years, but last spring, the ANTN and Michelle sponsored this conference with Steph Lamond about developing our personal ministry. And I thought it was a beautiful summary. And she asked 3 important questions. And the first one is, what is the one gift that I give? The second one is, when I think of my mission, how do I feel? How do I feel?
And then what actions are mine to take today to share that gift and shine my light? I think that's a beautiful, beautiful summary of what we need to look at as we're going inside. But then there's this other thing that happens, and everyone in this room who's been part of a church knows this, and everyone who's had a job or a family probably knows this too. Day after day and week after week, we're all asked or encouraged to do the things that others think were appropriate for us to do. Right? And sometimes those others are from our past, not from the present. So, frankly, what they think is irrelevant. Totally irrelevant. Because they're operating from a set of perceptions and understandings and experiences that are not yours. So I strongly encourage you to take it with a grain of salt and let it go. What is mine to do today? And this is based on published research as well as my personal experience. And all my students know this. And it's really fun to see who remembers which of the three it is. It has three qualities. First of all, it is effortless. It is my gift. It is mine to be and do it, and I wouldn't have any difficulty getting up and doing it. The second E, the first E is effortless. The second E is it's enjoyable. It's mine to do if I enjoy doing it. And if I don't enjoy doing it, I need to find someone else who does. Because invariably there is someone else who does, yes? It needs to feel comfortable and pleasant as I am doing it. And it needs to be connecting me to the joy of spirit as I'm doing it. And because it does that, what is truly mine to do is energizing. And I strongly encourage you to pay attention to this. This requires being aware. It leaves us feeling ready to take on more, to express more fully the I am that I am. Yeah? If something leaves us feeling drained, it tells us that we are not being fully in it. It is not really us. It is not our expression. Now, as I say, that's based on published research having to do with successful entrepreneurs in the world. So it works. So as you move forward into this new stage of your life, which at some point you'll wonder how you had any life before, I really encourage you to really follow Emerson's path. I've given you some other questions to help you get there, but accept only those calls that resonate with you at a deep level. You will not serve anyone if you're not doing that. Allow the spirit that we all are to guide you and express through you each step of the way. You've accomplished a lot to get this far. You have mastered the learning process. Congratulations. Now you get to master, as we all do, the being process. Being the love that you are for yourself and everyone around you. Namaste.
All righty, thank you, Dr. Ruth Miller. Now we're going to have the address by the undergrad speaker, Reverend Renee Laboa.
We're here. Some of you are here again for different levels of education and consciousness. First thing I want to say is I see you. We are all on a different path, but it's the same path. I stand here today on the shoulders of my teachers. And I am so fortunate today to have 4 of my beloved teachers in this room. This is the greatest of honors. And I say an honor because these people gave of their time, their love, their wisdom, and their consciousness. And they believed in me, and your teachers believed in you. What did they believe? They believed that you were the divine expression of the universal intelligence. You are God. We are God. And it's a great responsibility. And the responsibility stands for us now on our shoulders to lift those up who are not, feeling that they are worthy of the greatest love of all. The consciousness that sits in this room is palpable. Where 2 or more are gathered. This consciousness can change the world. We can love the world back to wholeness. Actually, I think it was already whole. It just forgot who it was, right? So take a big breath and just continue to listen to the call. I've been on this path since 1994, and I could have never, ever imagined where it would take me. And just when I think I have it figured out, it changes. All right? And so for you, just allow, like Dr. Ruth said, allow the joy, the peace, the call to pull you forward into that next expression. So today I stand with you at the threshold of a new awakening. And only you know where this will take you. You as the representative of your God. You as God. This is very exciting for me. I've never stood on a graduation stage in my life. And ta-da! Ta-da-da! What did she say? She said, good ministers, good ministers. Who's a good minister? Who's a good minister? And there will be times when you don't feel like you're a good minister. There will be times when you feel like an imposter. There will be times when you doubt yourself. And this is where those beloved teachers come into play again. They're there to remind you of who you are again. And so remember the shoulders that you stand on, and keep standing and standing and standing and honoring them with your success and the love that you take out into the world and share. So I say to all of you, congratulations. I see you. I am you. I love you. Here we go.
Our address by the graduate representative is by Dr. Sherry Johnson. Please welcome her.
Wow. I have a program on the New Thought Media Network on Tuesdays. And on that program, I have a different guest every week. Always a minister and always a non-traditional minister. Always new and exciting, and I always learn something. And at the end of every interview, I ask 4 questions. I'm going to ask you those questions now. Pay attention because they're important. The first one is, what does who you are, what does how you be, what does your ministry do that encourages, evolves, expresses, supports, pick your own verb, conscious evolution. Because evolution is not something that we have a choice about. Evolution is happening all the time, everywhere. It is the natural course of the universe. But we have evolved a lot, physically, mentally, emotionally, electronically, technologically. And we are in a place now where we can take charge of what form that evolution takes. We can evolve away from war, hunger, poverty, racism, prejudice. It's up to us. The next question sounds very similar, but it's different. It comes on the shoulders of that one. And that is, what does who you are, how you be, your ministry, support, encourage, unveil, pick your own verb, world peace? Now, I personally believe world peace is already here, and we just have to figure out how we covered it up. Because it is the nature of the world to be at peace. There's enough of everything for everybody. What are you going to do that makes that the norm? Now, for the third question, you're going to need to close your eyes. Because the third question is, presuming that every single detail, every event, every person, every relationship, every challenge, every triumph, goes exactly the way you want it to go. In 10 years, what will your ministry look like? What will your life look like? What will who you are look like? And the fourth question is, will you come back? And I ask you that question now, because every time they come back, I ask them the same questions, and the answers have changed. So I invite you to write those questions down and ask them of yourself. Oh, I don't know. Once a year? Once a month? Once a day? Because life changes you, and that changes the answers. So you are ready for an exciting adventure. And the world is waiting for you to show up. Thank you for doing that. Namaste.
All right, graduates, if you would please stand. And we present you to the faculty and to all the people in this room as students that have completed every paper, every internship, dotted all the I's and T's. Some passed oral exams, some passed the written exams. We are proud to know that you are Emerson graduates going out into the world this day. And I'd like the first row of graduates to come over here. The rest of you may be seated. And we're going to get ready with the diplomas and the credentials. We'll call Mitch Austin up first. Please welcome him.
Look at your mama.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. Minister of Religious Science. Allison Benjamin. Reverend Allison Benjamin. She is, go ahead, keep going, getting her Doctorate of Consciousness, love you, and Doctor of Divinity. Reverend Michael Benjamin. He is getting his Master of Consciousness Studies and Minister of Religious Science. Reverend Robert Brzezinski. Oh, and his wife, Laura, who I hope is on her way up here. He is getting his Doctorate of Divinity. There she is, all right. And with the next row, go ahead and be coming over here. We're proud of him. We're proud that he's with us. Yeah, now he's on the board. Reverend Susan Dexter. There you go. She is getting her Doctor of Divinity. Holly Dickinson, who is not here. She is hopefully virtual. She is getting her Minister of Religious Science. You go, Holly. Essie Powell Duro is Dr. PJ's sister, the first student of Harmony Center for Spiritual Living. Have amen. And she is receiving her Bachelor of Religious Studies. And she is actually a reverend already in a different teaching. And we are absolutely going to honor her. Donna Fleming Ertel, I hope is up there virtually. I have not had a chance to look. She's receiving her Bachelor of Religious Studies. Let's send her love. I have found even when they're not here, even when they're not watching, they felt something at that time. Catherine Gardner. I'll just keep hanging in there. I know. Catherine Garner is getting a Minister of Religious Science. So let's honor her. Steve Golden is getting his Doctor of Divinity. Let's honor him. Sharon Guthrie is receiving her, or has received her Doctorate of Consciousness Studies and Minister of Religious Science. Our beloved Catherine Ann Hemmons is receiving her Minister of Religious Studies and Interfaith Minister. I have to hug you. I'm so proud of you. Diane Hewitt is next. She is receiving her Doctor of Consciousness Studies. She may be virtual. There she is. She is in Australia, y'all. So we wish we could be there with you. Hang in there, dear. And congratulations. Kathleen Japp is receiving her Doctor of Spiritual Studies, and it's my understanding that she is virtual. And if they can find her, that's good. Oh, is that her? That's Terry Van Slyke. I see y'all, but you're ahead. We're not to you yet. We're not to you yet. Hang in there. I know. Oh, is that? Oh, okay.
Being footed by Arthur Van.
Bless her. That's great. Good for you. I had something special for you, Arthur, and Terry a little later. All righty, Sherry Johnson. Doctor of Wisdom Studies. Look at you. We're so proud of you and so thankful that you are with us. Missy, Dr. Missy is to hood her.
Better be God calling.
We'll send Maddie out there to collect the phones if we have to. Marilyn Jones is our most senior graduate, and she's receiving a Doctor of Spiritual Studies virtually. And I understand she is here somewhere. Under someone else's name, perhaps, but we will go ahead and clap for her. Our Humane Studies Department Chair, Jeannie Katioka, is receiving her Doctor of Humane Spiritual Studies. And her husband, Mike, is going to hood her. She is someone that takes animals out of animal testing labs that have never been touched in a kind way by a person. Their feet have never touched grass. She is moving and shaking, and she's now training other people to do the same. Leisha Kohut, pronounced Leisha Kohut, is in Canada. I hope she's on the screen. She is receiving her Master of Consciousness Studies and her Minister of Religious Science virtually. Doke. Our beloved Renee Laboa. Renee is receiving her Bachelor and Master's of Religious Studies. Reverend Catherine McClellan, come on up. All of her people are here. Sure. She is receiving her Doctor of Divinity, and she's being hooded by our Jerry Troyer. And with the next row of students or graduates, get behind over here. Lanita Mitchell Blackwell has received a Doctor of Spiritual Studies virtually. Oh, there she is. Woo! I know she can't see me. It's back there. There we go. We are so proud of her, so grateful that she's showing up virtually. Megan O'Connor is receiving a Bachelor of Religious Studies. Clap for her. Send her love. Wherever she is, let's send her love. Mignon Pollard is receiving her Doctorate of Divinity. Congratulations. Proud of you. And Minister of Religious Science. So Doctor of Divinity and Minister of Religious Science, you guys. She's one of our overachievers. We have a lot of those. All righty, and Reverend Martha Quintana is receiving a Doctor of Divinity. Congratulations. And she's being vested, I believe, hooded, okay, by Dr. Missy. Our beloved Austin Ray. He's already indelibly a family member here. You're welcome. He's one of Dr. James' students. And I'm looking. He's getting a Doctor of Consciousness Studies and hooded by Dr. Missy, if I hadn't already said that. Green Rourke is receiving a Bachelor of Religious Studies, and I understand he is virtual this evening. For Green. Michael Anthony Schoonover is a Master of Religious Studies and Doctor of Divinity virtually today. Susan Cerrutis. She is receiving her Doctor of Religious Studies today. All right? Okay. And she is going to be hooded by Dr. Lisa Stewart. After everyone hugs her. All right, and Reverend Jeannie Soverns, come on up.
That was all you had?
She's receiving a Bachelor of Religious Studies.
31 years.
God bless you. Our beloved Reverend Mary Beth Spear. Our lovely Reverend Mary Beth is receiving her Doctor of Consciousness Study, and she is being hooded by Dr. James, who was her teacher through this. Uh-oh. Incoming. You have to be ready. James Stone, who I believe is also one of Dr. James' students, but I could be wrong. No? Okay. Is receiving his Master of Religious Studies and Minister of Religious Science. Claire Summerhill is receiving her Doctor of Religious Studies. And Dr. Missy is going to hood her. Congratulations. All righty, Rick Tamlin. I've got to find him again. He is receiving his Minister of Religious Science and his Doctor of Consciousness Studies. And I believe Dr. James is going to hood him. Oh, there's Laura Topper. Excellent, you guys. Laura Topper, do you see her on the screen, you guys? She is sitting pretty in England as we speak. We're so grateful she got the time out to be with us. Congratulations, Laura. She received a Doctor of Consciousness Studies. Our Johanna Van Gelder. See if we can pull her up.
She's not under the seat. Oh, there she is.
She is being hooded in her church, which is like suburban or northern San Francisco area. Walnut Creek, that's it. I had friends there. And I'm so happy that she was able to coordinate this with her IT people and our tech people. And she got one of her earlier diplomas at the same time I did. We're so proud of her. Here we go. Kathleen Wilson. Come on up. Got it. You got it. She is receiving a Master of Spiritual Studies. Righty. And Joretha Wright, I'm not sure if she's on virtually or not, but she found out fairly close to yesterday or the day before that she couldn't be here. She's receiving a Doctor of Spiritual Studies and an Animal Bereavement Counselor certificate as well. And so we're now going to go into our ordination. If you're participating in the ordination, come on up, like Dr. Lisa, Dr. Michelle. If you guys will step on up, and then we're calling Michael Benjamin, Rita Biancosino, Jolene Benedict, who's going to be virtual, Cindy Farramon, Barbara Jacobowski, Brenda Shook, Susan Locke virtually, Carol Mayo virtually, and Michael Rogers virtually.
So I'd just like to take this time to congratulate each and every minister who has taken the sacred contract, the sacred oath for life to be ordained. May the blessings of the divine fill you and fill all the work that you do in the world, because I know this is such a sacred mission that each and every one of you want. God bless each one. So it is my pleasure to present to you the following ministers to be ordained into the ministry of the Emerson New Thought Center: Michael Benjamin, Rita Biancusino, Jolene Benedict, Cindy Farramon, Barbara Jacobowski, Sue Locke, Carol Mayo, Michael Rogers, and Brenda Shook.
Beloved ministers, you are being recognized today as having spent many years in deep study, commitment, and dedication. And your commitment to the continuous deepening of your understanding of spiritual truths and living your life in complete integrity with them. Ministry is not to be taken lightly, and part of your task is to hold the high and holy consciousness for yourself and for all those who you serve in your ministry. You are dedicating yourself to the principle of consciousness as your sole authority, living the presence of God and support of the love consciousness in its growth on this planet. It is my pleasure now to present to you the Reverend Dr. Melissa Higginbotham, Director of Education for Emerson Institute and a representative of the Emerson New Thought Center Church Without Walls, to present the ecclesiastical charge of ordination. I, Reverend Melissa Higginbotham, certify that the Reverends Michael Benjamin, Rita Biancusino, Jolene Benedict, Cindy Farramon, Barbara Jacobowski, Sue Locke, Carol Mayo, Michael Rogers, and Brenda Shook have fulfilled all the requirements and obligations for ministry. My review of their records of achievement submitted by Emerson Theological Institute indicate that they have fulfilled all the requirements and obligations for ordination in the Emerson New Thought Center spiritual organization. They have shown a knowledge and embodiment of spirituality, ethics, and love consciousness, and demonstrated this knowledge in both their professional and personal lives. We are pleased to have them ordained by our Emerson New Thought Center Church Without Walls. Beloved candidates, are you prepared to take the vows of ordination? And do you fully understand the depths of such vows and commitment that these vows entail? Then it is my duty to give you the charge of ordination. I charge you, therefore, before God, to teach, heal, love, and minister to all, and to bring to all the gift of presence
and being. May divine love and peace live always in your heart. And so it is.
So it is. It is now my pleasure to introduce back to you the Reverend Dr. Sandy West, the Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader of the Positive Living Center of Oakhurst, California, and Director of Religious Studies for Emerson Institute. Reverend Sandy will be conducting the ordination vows.
The Emerson New Thought Center has authorized this ordination to celebrate your passage to a higher level of consciousness. It is right and fitting that you should pledge your affiliation to the center and its spiritual belief system, in whose name you hold your ministry. Are you therefore prepared to publicly pledge your sacred commitment to the teaching and ministry of New Thought? I am. Do you believe in God as principle, the one power, the one presence, and that God is the essence of love? I do. Do you pledge to first seek the essence of the divine, to stand alone within this essence, to safeguard and uphold the light of truth that blazes eternally within your soul? I do.
I did.
Do you pledge to always go within to seek answers through meditation and prayer treatment before taking any necessary action? I do.
I did.
Do you pledge to follow divine guidance and to always seek to be a beneficial presence everywhere you go and in everything you do? I do.
I do.
Beloved candidates, by the authority vested in me by the Emerson New Thought Center, I now confer upon you ordination as a minister of religious science. You now hold the authority to exercise this ministry in your life's vocation and to be a faithful steward of consciousness and the fulfillment of all rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. It is now our privilege and sacred honor to vest you with your stole as an outward symbol of the inner light and gift of presence you bring to ministry. You will each then, you've already received your certificate, so we will just do the vesting.
No, they do receive certificates.
Oh, another one? Okay, you will then each be presented with your certificate of ordination.
Yay! I know, bring it on.
Now, Reverend Margaret.
Benedict, Sue Locke, Carol Mayo, and Michael Rogers are on Zoom, and they are being vested spiritually now and physically later in a ceremony by Reverend Margaret Pelagi. Reverend Margaret has already given out the certificates of ordination. Is that correct?
Yes, she will be.
Yeah. She held you back. Okay.
Taking these back to new people.
All right. And if you guys could, if we're done, we're going to have the ordinees turn around and show themselves to our audience here.
We present to you the new ordinance of the Emerson New Thought Center.
Congratulations.
Yay!
Yay.
All righty, and if you will be seated, please.
Amen, and so it is so.
Yeah. All righty, and of our guests, alumni, family members, teachers, if you guys would stand up. I want you guys sitting down over here, okay? All of y'all up on this side of the room. Oh, Sherry, come on up. What we want to do, I think there's enough people here. I'd like to circle this section, the graduates. Let's get all the way around them, every single person here, and we're going to sing to them. This has become a tradition for us, and I think it feels really good. Graduates, if you get so energized during this that you need to stand up, it's perfectly okay. But what we want to do is let you know how much we love you and how much we see you and how much we know amazing things are going to be happening through you and already are.
You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings. And with every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is found in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't have to know right now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing. sweetest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes, take a breath, and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. You will do amazing things.
Thank you. Please. And thank you, Sherry. Please be seated again. We're going to have a special announcement from Reverend Dr. Angelo Pizzalo and the benediction from him.
Thank you. I love you guys. Today before the benediction, I want to, okay, you hear me? Okay. Today before the benediction, I want to honor and thank Reverend Dr. Janine Burns, who has been our Emerson Theological Institute liaison since its birth over 30 years ago. She's retiring from this position tonight. Janine has been a huge factor in the growth of our Emerson Institute with her unique communication skills and her desire to have close working relationships between people and organizations. Thank you, Janine, for your wonderful presence in our life and many years of dedicated service that has helped make Emerson Theological Institute possible. Join me in prayer. As we go forward from this awesome retreat session, we embrace the fact that we are incarnated, eternal life forms of the divine, with the ability to tap into the dimensions of infinite potential and unlimited possibilities through our thought process to create our human life experiences. Our nature and the nature of the divine are one and the same. We are whole and complete and in divine perfection, superior to any and all circumstances and conditions that confront us. We are grateful for this truth of our being, and knowing that it is so, and say with me loud and clear, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Angie. And before we process out, we had one other graduate, Reverend Terry Van Slyke. It's S-L-Y-K-E. She got a Master's of Humane Religious Studies. There she is, and her husband, Arthur. All right, and both she and Arthur were ordained this year, and I believe they were the first humane spiritual studies.
First two interspiritual.
That's it, first two interspiritual, y'all, which is a whole new area up and coming. So they are our movers and our shakers. They're in Texas, and we love them dearly. So congratulations to you guys. And with that, we're going to start with our recessional. I'd like everyone to stay seated until this side of the room has left, starting with the front row.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations.
Yay!
Yay.